Right. So I'm now going to ask you, what do you like doing for fun in your life?
I like to read. I like to hang out with my friends and just watch movies and TV shows together.
Interesting.
I'm kind of
I,
bored, to be honest.
yeah, I also like to do similar things. I like to work on my books. I also like to ride the exercise bike. And I also love listening to music, drawing, and coloring. Yeah, it's very soothing and relaxing, and it helps me with big feelings in my brain and in my body, and it's really helpful. I mean, sometimes when I'm drawing, things don't really go the way I want them to go, and that makes me a little bit frustrated with drawing, especially illustrations in my book when they just can't get them exactly how I want it, and that's frustrating, but I just keep trying because not everybody can get things perfectly on the first try, especially illustrations and drawings, and you just have to keep trying until you can get them exactly how you want it.
Yeah, it's great exercise to not go into perfectionism.
That's right. It's definitely not. Everybody makes mistakes sometimes, and you just have to learn and keep trying until you can definitely get them exactly how you want them. Same goes for book illustrations and drawings, and that's very important to know in life.
Agreed.
Yeah, so let's keep this going, and I'm now going to ask you, how do you get along with others and make friends?
I find making friends to be difficult sometimes. I get along with others, I think, very well. Something I struggle to do is not to overshare or just kind of be so excited about the prospect of making friends because I don't know, one of my perpetual fears is kind of scaring people away with all of me.
Yeah, that's definitely me right there. I mean, I do have some friends that I get along with really well, and we like to have nice conversations about what's going on with our lives with each other, and we call each other over FaceTime to talk about our lives with each other. And sometimes there are other people, especially in school, that I don't really get along with very well, but also get along with very well sometimes because I basically feel like there are people who love me and also kind of not really love me at the same time. And that's okay because as you get older, you have to understand that not everybody will be your friend. I mean, there are some people that I do get along with, but also some who love me and don't really love me at the same time.
I think that's normal. I definitely have an easier time making friends with other people who are neurodivergent because there's just a certain amount of like explaining that goes into a relationship with people who aren't. And it's nice not to have to over explain why you are the way you are or justify your actions constantly, with other people who aren't neurodivergent.
Yeah, and not to mention, some of my other friends also have autism as well, like me. So I definitely relate to some of my other friends who also have autism.
Yeah, it fosters a sense of community and comfort. You don't feel so out of place when you have other people around you who understand.
That's right. Definitely agree. So I'm now going to keep this going. And I'm going to ask you, what are some goals that you have for the future? Like maybe you want to start your own podcast series or get good grades in college, or maybe something else you have planned for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I am wanting to start my own podcast series. I'm wanting it to be mostly focused on social work and social justice. That's always been something I've been interested in is social problems, social justice, that sort of thing. So that's where I'm hoping to kind of focus the podcast. And then I eventually want to get my MSW, my master's in social work, and get licensed with the state to practice. So I think as much as I love doing nonprofit and, big scale social work, I do also enjoy doing individual social work like therapy and helping individuals. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. And getting good grades in school has always been something that I like to do. I am a perfectionist. I do have like some obsessive compulsive features, which I think is just common in autism to begin with. Um, but yeah, getting good grades has always been something that I don't like. It's not even a want, it's a need for me.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Starting my own podcast was definitely a challenge for me. Like, I just had to remember all that I wanted to say. I had to remember what I was talking about, and I had to draw some logos. And it definitely wasn't easy, but not everybody can get things perfectly on the first try, especially podcast series, because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of practice, and you can't complete it all in just one day because sometimes you need like weeks or months,
Mhm.
and it takes a while, but you will eventually get there. You will accomplish what you want to accomplish, and it'll all pay off in the end.
And I think one of the biggest struggles currently is just having so many ideas like flying around in my head and getting overwhelmed with that. It's just because I'm not able to, I'm not yet able to put them into a physical thing, so they only exist in my head right now. So I get a little bit overwhelmed with the prospect of starting a podcast just because I already have a billion things in my head all at once.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Sometimes I get like sensory overload where there's just absolutely too much just going on in my brain all at once. And it's hard to focus on one thing at a time, especially with all that's going on in your brain all at once. And I like to call that sensory overload
Mhm.
when this happens.
It definitely is.
Yeah. It's definitely tough, especially when you get sensory overload. It's just hard to focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, you just get paralyzed. That's the best way to describe it. You're just kind of paralyzed.
Yeah, proud best for you and hope all your goals come true.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I hope all of your goals come true too.
Thanks. It was really nice getting to talk to you about all that's going on with your life, and I felt great talking about all that's going on with my life as well. It's been great.
I agree. That's the best part about finding like-minded people is just being able to talk.
Yep, and it feels great to get your words out.
Definitely does.
Yeah, that's the spirit.